boogie, said up jump the boogie. Bow with the bada bang, the bang, diggy, 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 said the boogie, said up jump the boogie. Bow with the bada bang, the bang, diggy, 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 said the boogie, said up jump the boogie. My name is Kid Rock. This is for the questions that don't have an answer. The midnight glances and the topless dancers.
Did you see the smoke?
Cars packed with speakers. The G's with the 40s and the chicks with beats.
I saw fire.
Alright, what's going on, everybody? Back at it. So now what we're doing here is we're basically testing if everything works. I'm set up in Betaflight over there. I got camera, everything's hooked up except for the motors and the ESCs. I'm trying to just make sure my receiver works, and it doesn't. You have no power on the receiver. I can't tell if the VTX has power. See if I got video. Well, it sucks about the receiver. I don't know. It is pretty burnt. So let's see if we got power. Well, that is a problem. Alright, so I don't have nothing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it in and I'm going to test it on the tester. Oh, any lights when I do that? What's happening here? Huh. Gotta charge battery. So something must be going on over here, and the more I look at this, this is just, whoops, this is just melted and destroyed in here. I'm going to desolder everything. Have another Rotor Riot flight controller Hypertrain electronics board. That's the package it comes in. But yeah, we'll desolder this and we can do a kind of unboxing here. Here, we'll do that real quick. I'll set everything to the side here. Alright, so here we go. The Riot Control flight controller by Rotor Riot. Comes with your literature, which really sets this apart from a lot of other flight controllers, which I love this thing. Look at this. Large layout reference, and it shows you exactly where everything goes to a T. There's a couple things they don't really tell you. Drib did a video where you have to jump these two pads together right here to get S-Bus, or jump these two pads to get DSM. It just has a little slide over cover box. There it is. That's how it comes packaged. They give you the T60, tons of hardware, multiple 4-in-1 ESC connectors, and it's cool because they give you a buzzer also, which is freaking awesome. But there it is, all shiny and new. And we'll clean the bench. Bam. Alright, got the bench all clean. Start the desoldering process here.
Northern lights and the southern comfort. It don't even matter if your veins are punctured. All the crackheads, the critics, the cynics, all my heroes at the methadone clinic. Bow with the bada bang, the bang, diggy, 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 set the boogies.
There's that. We'll tin these up. Top pads, ground, 5-volt cam. Bottom pads, ground, 5-volt VTX. Okay, so we got the camera wired in. Now let's do the VTX. Sorry for the crappy camera angles. I like to give everything a little bitty tug. Just a little tug to make sure everything is nice and tight before it pops off while I'm flying through the air. Alright, so we got the VTX and the camera hooked up. We're moving. Gonna come over and prep our pads for the receiver. And then we still got to bridge the S-Bus pads right here. So we're going to go ground, 5 volt, RX. Check me out. Alright, so we soldered the S-Bus. That wasn't nothing, thank God. And we got our pads in, which love to solder on this side. I noticed there are different setups on this side than on this side. These pads like to solder a heck of a lot more. Don't know what the difference in pads are here. Alright, so we got our ground, our 5 volt, we skip one, and then we go to RX1. Okay. Oh, I don't want to bridge it again. That was a bridging nightmare on the other side. And then we're skipping one and going to that last one for our RX. I just like to double check when I'm done, make sure, because I have had brain farts before. I wish I wouldn't have done the T60 because it's kind of driving me nuts. We need to bend it that way it holds itself up. Alright, so pretty much all the work on the flight controller is done. Now we're going to do the 4-in-1. I've already snipped these wires and I've tinned them. So we're going to continue on to putting everything on, back on the frame. Alright, there's all 4 of them. Got that in. Good. That's not going anywhere. That's secured. Alright. So, this is what I've done so far. Is I got the board mounted with the soft mounts. 4-in-1 ESCs down there. The buzzer. Mount somewhere. But now it's just to wire the motors into the 4-in-1 and kind of button everything up. So we're going to trim this up just a little bit. Cut this like right here. And we'll just go around and do them all like that real quick. Telephone bell! Okay, so we'll start to strip everything. This is a tedious process right here. I think I wasn't going to show it, but I'll just show it in fast forward mode. Okay, so we got them all snipped, and we got them all stripped. So now comes the process of tinning everything. And again, it's a tedious process and it takes a long time. Alright, so we got all the motors tinned. So now we're going to go in, tin the ESCs. Oh, I forgot that one. One of my daughters is talking on the phone. My other daughter is playing Fortnite. And I'm talking to you. So basically to myself. So here we go. Soldering the motors together. Whoops. Oh, that's what I need to do first, actually. Yeah. I need to wire in the ESC first. I don't like this. I'm going to desolder this and put put it up here. Terrible camera angles, guys. I'm sorry. I am not Bardwell. I don't know how you can see that, but those were the two that I just soldered in. This red one, I'm dropping so much of these screws in, and then this black one right there, which power goes from the flight controller, which this is where you get your power, goes into here, and then these positive and negative, excuse me, gives power to the ESCs. The ESCs then give power to the motor, and then you get your lift. Alright, so next we'll do the motors. Just, you rotate the wire to get the different polarity for motors 2 and 3. And this one you have to swap because of the weird ESC. So, no problems yet. Alright, motor 1 is, done-ish. We're not going to shrink this up until we know for a fact that these spin the right way. And then if they don't, we'll just rotate one wire. Alright, so we got both motors in. On motor 2, ESC2, we're going to call them going from bottom to top, wire 1, 2, 3, and same 1, 2, 3. So wire 1 is going down into the middle wire, so wire 2. So wire 1 is going down into the middle wire. Wire 2, middle up here, is going down into wire 3, the outer wire here. And then the wire 3 is going to wire 1 on the motor. And that's that. I'm not going to button any of this up. I'll just slide everything over to make sure nothing's exposed. I won't button any of this up until I know that my motors are spinning the right way. And then once I know that, we'll shrink all the heat shrink, tape it down. But yeah, the only thing I gotta do now is the LEDs. And that's it, right? Yeah. Let's knock that out real quick. Let's see, the LED pads are up here. I'm almost 100% sure that they are. Just checking over everything. Make sure nothing's bridged or touching. I'll give a quick once over with the magnifying glass. They put these nice lines in between everything. So my kind of rule of thumb is if I can see that line, I know I'm good. It's a nice circle around every circle or square, depending on what you're using. Great. That's it. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. So, what I'll do is, got a smoke stop. Cross your fingers. Well, that's good. Everything seems to be working there. Looks like the receiver works. I have my goggles on. And we will see if we can get a picture. Plug in the battery here. Okay, that receiver works still. That's great. Now let's see if we have video. I do have video. Yeah. It's awesome. My OSD is different, which is weird. I'll to maybe set that up. I don't know, but hey, everything works. That's great. So now what we got to do is we got to set an arm switch and make sure our motors are spinning the right way. Alright, so we're going to connect up to Betaflight here. And we are synced up. So now we'll go in and check the motors. We're going to see if they spin the right way. Well, yes, I understand the risks. Okay. Now, we'll check motor 1. See if it fires up. And motor 1 should spin clockwise. I got nothing. Oh, because my battery's not plugged in. Duh. Alright. Okay. Motor 1 should spin clockwise. It's hard to tell, but it looks like it is. So motor 2 should be spinning counterclockwise. Oh, that's one way to do it. You can actually hit the arrow key up. That's cool. So let's see. So that is spinning clockwise. So you want that to spin counterclockwise. Let's check motor 1. Motor 1 is spinning also clockwise. Okay, let's check motor 3. Motor 3 should be spinning counterclockwise. That's really not easy to tell. Let's take a piece of tape on this. That's going counter. That's right. So this one's right, this one's right. Let's check 4. There it goes. That's going counterclockwise. No, that's going clockwise. So that one's right. So the only one that looks wrong is this one, where it should be going counterclockwise. Which it is. Great. So everything's wired up right. That's awesome. Okay. So we can disconnect the battery. That VTX is super hot. So one thing I like to do when I'm doing this, I'm going to unplug this and let this cool down. Whoops, I forgot to disconnect. Dang! I hate when I do that. Alright, well, too late now. One thing I like to do, when I'm messing with the VTXs is put a fan on them. And it helps. Seems like it helps at least. Actually, I'll even take it and put it down here. Whoops. That way you can get a little bit more fan on it. Okay. Yeah, that should help. Plug this back in. Check on make sure I'm not touching anywhere. Okay. So we're going to go into modes. Actually, we got to go into configuration and set up S-Bus. Make sure we're on S-Bus. So we're good there. Let's go into modes. And for modes, it has to be plugged in also because the receiver doesn't have enough power. There we go. Okay. Arm switch. But that's it. Let's I'll save again and disconnect. And we'll see what we got. Disconnect here. Alright. So here we go. We're going to connect. No smoke stop this time. So we're going to connect for real this time. And we will see if we can arm and everything is good. Okay, here we go. Cross your fingers. Arm. Why is that doing that? So, I had some issues over here in Betaflight. The problem was, I set up the arm switch. I got everything good to go. And it wouldn't arm. It wouldn't arm. And I was kind of stumped. I was like, I don't really know what to do now. So I just kind of went back through in Betaflight, double-checked everything, triple-checked everything, compared it with the other board that still connects, and I couldn't really find anything. And then I found it. It was actually in receiver. You have to have your channel mapping set up right, or if you go down into channel mapping, whoops, and so, whoops, oh no, I disconnected. Hold on. So if you go down right here in channel map, this is actually the right way, right here. But it normally, it always doesn't come right like that. Normally it comes, I don't remember what the order was. But when you went down here and looked at your quad in the picture, it was just flipping in circles. So that's the reason it wouldn't arm, because the flight controller sensed that it was just doing flips. So it wouldn't arm. One way you can do it is just keep changing it until you get your throttle matched up here, and your pitch and your roll and your yaw all matched up. Or I'm pretty sure you can just change it to this, because this is what worked for me. So yeah, that ended up doing it, which was great. Very excited about that. So yeah, if we hook it up right now, it's beeping because the receiver's not turned on. Turn the receiver on, it'll stop beeping. And then if we arm, it should. Yeah. It's awesome. So, we are there. All I gotta do now is go through and shrink wrap everything and then button it all up and reassemble it, and we'll have a nice working quadcopter. Can't wait. everything's sealed up there. Alright. Receiver's mounted. Alright, that's it. Everything is buttoned up. I got all the zip ties on. I didn't show that just because, God, I don't even want to watch myself put on zip ties. I'm good. So, you get the gist on how zip ties go on. Yep, that's pretty much it. I worry about my VTX being back here and cracking, but I think it should be fine. Let's just do a quick plug-in. Turn on the radio. Do a quick plug-in and make sure. Just want to make sure the battery fits good. Plug that bad boy in. Let's arm it. Yeah. Awesome. Bot grinder Rotor Riot lives again. We'll stick the camera back on it. And there she is. Oh, it's so good to have a working quad again. There it is. It's not that hard to build these things. It's pretty easy to crash them. That's it, guys. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you following this little kind of crash adventure journey with me.